They were legends on the field, but behind the glory lay scandals, betrayals, and controversies that shook baseball forever. In today's stories, we will take you through the dark underbelly of these iconic players' lives. Money disputes, toxic rivalries, and personal downfalls. We'll leave no stone unturned. But the truth behind their stories is far darker than you think. Stick around till the end to find out. The larger-than-life Jeff Bagwell, a legend in his own right, was a cornerstone of the mighty Atlanta Braves team during their glory days. He was a feared hitter who could turn a game around in an instant. But there's a twist in the tale. After retiring, he found himself in a massive $17 million dispute with the Astros. His 1999 contract stated that if he retired while playing for the team, he would get a huge payout. But when he did retire, the team refused to pay up. They said that he had played for another team before retiring, so he wasn't eligible. Now this went on for 7 long years. Finally, in 2006, Bagwell took legal action. It wasn't about the money anymore. It was about principle and setting things straight. This legendary ballplayer found himself not on the field, but in a courtroom fighting for what was rightfully his. The once revered athlete had to relive his glory days through old videos and stats. It was a sad turn of events for someone who gave so much to the sport. Jim Palmer was the golden boy of baseball, the handsome, talented pitcher who became an underwear model. But behind the charming smile and chiseled physique was a fiery competitor who constantly clashed with his manager, the legendary Earl Weaver. Their battles were epic, filled with heated fights, public arguments, and insults that made headlines. Once Weaver surprised Palmer by starting him on the bench. When asked why, he replied, "He's got more talent than sense." That sums up their tumultuous relationship. To add fuel to the fire, Weaver called Palmer a prima donna, a spoiled brat, and a hypochondriac. And it wasn't without reason. Palmer missed games with various ailments, which led to the infamous bench incident. But here's the paradox. Despite being called a quitter and a complainer, Palmer pitched nearly 4,000 innings, more than any other Oriole. He was booed by Baltimore fans who thought he was arrogant and selfish. But Palmer didn't care. He knew his worth. After retiring, he turned to philanthropy, which softened his public image. In 2019, Weaver passed away, and it's rumored that he apologized to Palmer, putting their rivalry to rest. Meet Sandy Koufax, the left arm of God. For 6 years, he dominated baseball, throwing a perfect game, winning 3 Cy Young Awards and an MVP. But behind the seemingly perfect career lay a story of pain, courage, and resilience. During his peak years, Koufax battled injuries, inflammation, torn cartilage, and a bone spur in his elbow. He endured cortisone shots, horse drugs, and even an ointment nicknamed the atomic bomb just to be able to pitch. His bravery was evident when he sat out World Series Game 1 in 1965 to observe Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish calendar. It was a courageous decision that made him an instant hero to many. But his body was broken beyond repair. At the age of 30, he was forced to retire. Then came the gossip. Reporters dug up dirt on his private life, invading his privacy and questioning his wife's fidelity. Despite the scandal, Koufax stood firm. He had given his all to baseball, and now he had to protect his peace. These controversies may have faded over time, but they serve as a stark reminder of the personal cost of greatness. So remember, fame does not guarantee happiness. Money can't buy loyalty. And even legends have to face their own demons. From betrayal to scandal, these baseball greats showed us that the game is not just about the wins and the cheers, but also about the losses and the scars. Until next time, keep swinging for the fences, but don't forget to watch your back. You never know what's lurking in the shadows. Before we get started, I want to say thank you for watching these videos. Your views, likes, and comments mean everything to me. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Now let's get to today's video. There's a notion in baseball that if you can hit the broadside of a barn, you can make it to the big leagues. The thinking is, If you can get the ball from here to here, you can do anything. All you need is a little bit of luck and some decent fielding. And sure, sometimes that happens. Sometimes a player has a great career whose defense is subpar, or maybe they hit a ton of home runs despite striking out a lot. But there's no denying the truly great players, the ones who made an impact on the game and changed it forever. But even those players have cracks. Here are 3 players with unblemished resumes who were more than their stats. No. 5. Orel Hershiser, the Bulldog with a hidden integrity. Orel Hershiser was a Bulldog on the mound. If you've never seen him pitch, it looked like he was trying to bite the opposing hitters. He was intense. His career was almost over before it began. After being drafted by the Dodgers in 1980, he underwent Tommy John surgery in 1982 and almost quit baseball. He didn't make it back to the majors until 1986. Then he pitched out of the bullpen for 2 seasons before taking over as a starter in 1988. That year, he became one of only 2 pitchers in the modern era to throw 50 complete games. He finished the season with a record of 23-8, and more impressively, he pitched 59 scoreless innings in the regular season. Number 6, Bert Blyleven, the curveball king with a dark streak. Bert Blyleven had an impressive career. He won 287 games and struck out 3,701 batters. But he also gave the middle finger to fans and quit on his team in the middle of a season. He gave chewing tobacco to little leaguers. And that doesn't seem like a big deal now, but back then it was taboo. The thing with Blyleven is that he doesn't really deny any of this stuff. He owns up to it. But he says that he's misunderstood and that he was just having fun. Well, maybe. Maybe not. But his numbers alone aren't enough to get him into the Hall of Fame because he waited 14 years after he retired to get in. It's the longest Hall of Fame wait in history. And that's because of his character and the perception of him around the league. He reinvented himself as a broadcaster and seems like a pretty lovable guy. But the doubt still remains. Number 7, payoff. These players had flaws. They were angry, had bad attitudes, and sometimes made terrible decisions. But they were also brilliant. Hershiser stuck up for what he believed in, even when it wasn't popular. Blivens gave kids cancer by giving them chewing tobacco, but he was also a strikeout machine who could dominate a game. They were more than just stats. They were human-flawed, brilliant, and unforgettable. So what do you think? Should players be judged by their numbers and nothing else? Or do their character and actions off the field matter too? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really helps out. And if you want to watch more, you can click one of the videos right here. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.